motherfucker, please. America never taught me to turn the other cheek. Cause I'm from Harlem, the north of Manhattan. We knock niggas out and make them bounce like Ricky Hatton.
Yo, what's up, Boxing World? Show number 17 of the 13th round with Freddylokz. Let's get right into this past week's action. On Friday night, we had Fernando Beltran Jr. with the split decision win over Miguel Roman. Pretty good fight for a Friday night. It was pretty exciting. A lot of boxing, a lot of banging, a little bit of everything in there. We also had Demetrius Andrade with his 4th KO in his 4th professional fight. Looking pretty good, you know, looking pretty quick, looking pretty rugged, looking pretty powerful, looking determined out there. And it's his second fight, I think, within about 2 weeks. So that was good to see. We also had Edison Pantera Miranda with a knockout over Joey Vegas. Now he's back in the mix and talking a little bit of smack. We'll get more into that right now in a little bit. And on Saturday night, all the way from Germany, we have the big dog Vitaly Klitschko with a TKO in 9 over Juan Carlos Gomez. And pretty sure everybody felt just like I did in the first round or two. I was like, are you serious? Or is this a heavyweight championship fight? Couldn't believe it. But then it got a bit exciting. You know, Juan Carlos Gomez never got into his rhythm. He was really sloppy. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to get in. He did not know what to do. And when he finally did start throwing some punches, he would get decked with a powerful jab or that straight right hand or that, you know, that weird left hook that Vitaly has. And it was ugly, man. It got pretty exciting towards the end, but for Gomez it was pretty ugly. He did not know what to do in there, and I think he landed maybe like 3 or 4 good punches, you know, but he wasn't going to change the tide, not with those punches. From Ireland, wow, Bernard Dunn picks up the WBA strap at 122 with a TKO victory over Ricardo Cordoba, and I was impressed, man. It was a really good fight, a great fight actually, and the kid hung in there and he proved a lot of people wrong. A lot of people thought he was chinny and that he was going to get knocked out, and here he is now. He just knocked on the door at 122 and now he's in. The only thing that I'm worried about for him is there's nothing but bangers at 122. You know, you got Celestino Caballero, you got the Puerto Rican, man, Juan Manuel Lopez, you have the Mexicans, you have Israel Vasquez and Rafa Marquez and Johnny Gonzalez. I mean, these dudes are bangers for sure, and they're there, you know, they're smelling new blood in there, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see him in there, one of those guys, you know, pretty soon, maybe even sometime this year. Kind of makes the 122 division a bit more exciting. And from the Playboy Mansion, Roman Karmazin would stop Antoine Eccles in 7, and Miguel Espino would retire Alex Garcia in 6. I'm not sure they televised a Karmazin fight. I was just going through it on the DVR, and I don't think I seen it, you know, but the Espino fight was pretty exciting. I mean, he retired Alex Garcia in 6, you know, it was alright. It was cool. And from Pensacola, Florida, we had BJ Flores with a decision win over Jose Luis Herrera. This is why I think he'll give Adamic some problems, you know, because he is a really slick fighter with some pop, and even though he has a little bit of pop, he doesn't tend to get overexcited in there, which I think would be his downfall versus Adamic. But his plus is that he's a really good quick boxer, and I'm getting more excited about that fight. But with Bernard Hopkins now calling out Adamic, who knows if we'll ever see it, you know? And the once pound for pound king Roy Jones Jr. with the TKO victory in 5 over Omar Shika. Now these are the type of victories that I love and hate seeing. I love seeing them because I love Roy Jones Jr. I've always followed his career, and I really respect that man. But you know, these victories kind of build this confidence that their bodies can't keep up with. You know what I mean? And even though he looked good against Omar Shika was never really that good of a fighter. Besides that, he's past his prime, you know. So yeah, he looked flashy. He looked like he still got his speed and all that, but I mean, it's just hard to call. I mean, I don't know. You know, I would love to see Roy pick up another title, but you know, that's just probably even saying too much right there. But either way, good night for Roy. Good win in his hometown of Pensacola, Florida. Good night for the boxing fans over there that have been wanting to see Roy win for a couple of years now in his hometown. Let's get into some news and notes here. We had Leonard Ellerbe, which he's Floyd Mayweather's, whatever you want to call him. He just confirmed that Floyd Mayweather is not coming back. He just said it the other day, I think yesterday, the day before, that Floyd Mayweather has no intentions of coming back, you know. So now we'll see what happens with Mosley and Marquez and all the other guys that were hoping to get a shot at him. Edison Miranda, after his victory, threw a couple of verbal uppercuts, verbal overhand rights, and verbal jabs at Carl Froch and Jermaine Taylor. He said he wants the winner, and I would love to see that. I mean, why not? You know, Edison Miranda is the kind of fighter that, regardless if his skills ain't up to par with these other fighters, he's gonna give you a hell of a fight and make you work for every penny in that fight. And I mean, why not? You know, I would love to see that fight. It's not gonna be a boring fight, regardless of who it is he's in there with. And we also had Vitaly Klitschko after his fight. He wants Valuev to step up and unify, you know, which is something that I really hope Nikolai Valuev does. You know, I'm getting sick, and I hardly ever say this, but I'm getting sick and tired of seeing his fights, his robberies. It's disgusting watching how this big old giant is just in there just surviving these fights and getting decisions, you know. I mean, I'm tired of that, and I think if anybody can stop that and put this man down, it's Vitaly Klitschko, man. So I really hope this fight comes through. I really hope this fight comes through. And we have some upcoming fights and predictions here. We have the Nigerian Nightmare Samuel Peter versus Eddie Chambers. Now, it's kind of a hard fight to predict, you know. Neither fighter has looked great recently or good. But Eddie Chambers does have the quickness and boxing ability to outbox Sam Peter. You know, Sam Peter's been known to just sit there and take punches, you know, and really just be a slow, plodding, come forward type of fighter with a real powerful right hand. You know, but like I said, Eddie Chambers can box, you know, but I just think that Eddie Chambers will not be able to keep him off of him for as long as it lasts, and I do see Samuel Peter eventually catching up and TKOing or possibly even knocking him out. You know, that's my prediction. On Saturday we have the huge Latin Fury card with Humberto Soto versus Antonio Davis, and I'm taking Soto by decision. I mean, Davis has always had problems with boxers. And to me, Soto's a really good boxer with pops. So we might even see a late TKO, but I'm calling decision on Humberto Soto. We have Fernando Montiel versus Diego Silva, Chavez Jr. versus Luciano Cuello. I'm gonna be honest, I've never seen the other guys fight, so there's nothing much I can predict. I would be lying if I sit here and analyze a fight that I really know nothing of. I mean, these other fighters, I don't know if they're just in there to make them look good, maybe. You know, it's been happening a lot. So, I mean, I'm calling Montiel and Chavez by stoppage. Alright. And we also, but I do think there'll be one upset on the undercard. I think Jose Luis Castillo's late sub will be victorious over Antonio Diaz. You know, from what I've seen of this kid, his name's I think Javier Castro. He can box, man. He can box and he has some power. And I just think at this stage of his career, Antonio Diaz won't be able to keep up. And it's pretty much it. Not really much happening after that, but I want to remind you guys to don't forget to check out onthegrindboxing.com and check out my boy on YouTube, Leave It in the Ring. Check him out, check out his page, check everything that he does. It's great for the sport. And a little shout out to Eastside Boxing, Max Boxing, Box Rec, the Lay It Low, crazy motherfuckers, and the Psycho Round family. They've been supporting me since day one with questions and watching my show and just really giving me a lot of input on my show and you know, being helpful with it, man. I want to take this time to show my appreciation, man, and tell you guys to keep tuning in. You look me up on myspace.com/the13th round, here on YouTube, and if you see that little HD or HQ right here, somewhere around here, click on that shit, man. It's like a little high definition button so you can watch me in high def. Alright, with that, your boy's out. Peace.